Gosh.
I love it.
I'm scared.
All right. Next, we want Bama. All right. The real question here, okay? AR-15, as we talked about in the previous catch, which I kind of had a feeling, did not play. Came out early on in the game, wasn't scheduled to play. Hamstring injury. And look, I said good call. Don't let him play. Big question, though, because we all lost by 2. Could we have used the spark of AR-15? Could he have came in and made a difference, made an impact, and essentially won that game for us is the question. Holly, I'll let you take it over first.
So look, AR-15 is not scaring anybody with his arm just yet. I mean, they're finding some plays that get a guy open, but Bama's secondary is extremely good, and finding that broken coverage against Bama is very, very, very bad. Right? You don't see that with Bama very often. However, what Florida did very well was they ran the
ball, big dog.
Bama
ran the ball.
245 yards and 4 touchdowns. So I don't know with AR-15's skill set right now if an additional runner would have been what changed the course of the game, because you already put up 250 yards and 4 touchdowns. So maybe, look, anything could have changed the outcome. But what was really impressive to me is the fact that Florida held Alabama to less than 100 yards rushing. Keep in mind, Alabama is a powerhouse for running backs.
7
with
points
with their middle linebacker. With their middle linebacker out.
Held them to 7 points over 3 quarters.
Yeah, no, look, that was more impressive to me. The defense did everything they needed to do. You guys were able to run the ball, and is easily one of the best defenses historically in the last decade that I've seen. And that's, to me.
Right now you're thinking we have the best defense?
Alabama does. Typically. They're always a top 5. But you just don't see teams
They're just
line
a sound
up and
team
just
in general.
Yeah.
So this is a loaded question, obviously.
Sure.
Do I think we would have won? The problem was we missed an extra point. I mean, let's call it what it is. And to be honest, I think the play calling for the extra point or for the 2-point conversion was the issue. The game went smooth. Emory Jones looked, for the most part, he looked decent. He looked controlled. He looked comfortable, knowing, hey, there's not a guy sitting on the bench waiting to take my spot. Now, again, he looked a little frazzled in the first quarter, but he was able to get dialed in and get comfortable, and the game was controlled, which was, to me, was fun to watch because for the first time in a long time, I mean, last year they were pretty good too, but we looked in control on offense, and we were able to drive down the field, right? It almost looked like, to me, it felt like we got out-coached at the end of the game, and that's where I feel like we lost. I don't think AR-15 would have made – could he have come in and put a spark and made a big play? I think he would have helped on that 2-point conversion. I think he would have made a huge difference. They could have done like a little Tebow, a little jump pass type of thing. I guarantee you, if AR-15 was able to play the game, he would have been put in on that position, possibly that play, and they would have not ran an option like they did. It would have been either a pitch option, I think, or a little step in and toss it, or a step back and a QB draw.
He does provide you a different weapon, especially in that
so
type
big.
of scenario. Yeah,
because he's so big. He's able to see over the line a lot better. I don't know why they just didn't roll out and do a little PA rollout and have you your tight end or Emory Jones just takes it. I don't know what the hell was going on. Yeah, I don't know. I think, to me, it was play calling at the end of the game and the extra point. Like, I just, to me, AR-15 didn't make the difference there, to be honest with you. I think they did a great job. I think moving forward, it was great for the team for him not to play, to be honest with you. As exciting as he is and electric as he is, I think it was best for the team for him not to play. It's going to be interesting to see what we do next week against Tennessee, right? Which we look to. I
believe so. Yeah, it's either Tennessee or Kentucky. Yeah, and look,
it's the 28th, and we usually play Tennessee around the 28th.
Right.
I believe. I'm like 95% positive that it's Tennessee. Week 4.
Let's take a look here. All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Tennessee. My phone's not loading up here.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
It's a 7:00 game.
At Tennessee, right?
In Florida.
In Florida. Okay. Yeah. I think it's at Kentucky. All right, so that should be a no-brainer. And I think it'll be good to see how we do kind of following up that game. But I think to being a Gator fan, huge W for the Gators. Huge W to be able to. Now, keep in mind, we did really good this weekend. It's early for both teams. Like we said last podcast, towards the end of the year, Florida has an opportunity to get better. They're not going to be able to see AR-15, meaning Alabama. But mind you, Bama's only going to get better week over week. Saban's not going to let some stuff like that happen again. I can assure you.
Florida will too. Florida will too.
Sure.
Emory Jones will get better. AR-15 will have a
Sure.
better grasp of
Sure.
the playbook as a whole.
And I
as
think our
opposed to
defense is going to get
stuff.
better. I think our
I think
defense
so
has
too.
a long way to go, and
If
the
you get
offense
your
is
middle
going to get more
linebacker back,
confidence.
yes, for sure.
Yeah.